It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trailblazers up against the Mavericks in Dallas. For Dallas, it's been tough sledding. The loss is mounting. They're simply not playing up to capacity. How to fix it is the question. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this. Because the veterans have been here before, they can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Our national anthem performer, Linda Lind, and we're getting ready to go. It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Dallas Mavericks can please their home crowd. Last time against the Trailblazers, they lost in Portland.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Well, the effort plainly was not there. I mean, they often settled for tougher, lower percentage shots, and that makes it hard to win.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Thanks, guys. Well, look, the Trailblazers are a promising young team. They've gone through their growing pains at times, but point guard Damian Lillard says the work ethic gives them optimism. He says when you have a group of guys that puts in time like this, you got to believe. When you see it every day, you know it has to work out at some point. Kevin?
Thanks, David. What a leader Lillard has become for this team. The Blazers' future is certainly bright with him at the helm. Well, tonight, Clark, we have a matchup that showcases two teams that are very deadly from beyond the arc. Just how important has the three-point shot become in the NBA?
It's become the most important shot in the NBA in my mind, Kevin, because it puts a lot of pressure on the opposing defense. It's a shot that the fans can anticipate and really get into, and it forces the defense to spread out. I mean, the best offenses in the league now are really good at utilizing the three-point shot, making it and taking them to spread the defense.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Harkless and Aminu, your small and power forwards. Damian Lillard out there with Stauskas. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Oh, that's blocked. Now here's Harkless. Defense is right there. Stauskas' shot is off. So it's the Mavericks now, coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time. Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
And Matthews kicks to Smith, and that's in. Nice feet on the play.
I like how Smith goes right at the defense. Actually, I love his attack mentality. He's not shy about shooting it inside.
Here's Stauskas. 9 points last game. Aminu with a screen on Matthews. Aminu against Nowitzki from deep. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Aminu. Lillard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Jordan the screen. Right side Matthews. It's stolen by Aminu. Here's Stauskas. He's covered by Matthews. Stauskas dishes to Lillard. That three off the mark.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Nowitzki, the pass to Barnes. It's deflected. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And it's good, 2 points.
Man, nice to watch Matthews rise up with confidence, Kevin. Superb at getting good position close to the rim.
Here's the screen. Nurkic kicks to Aminu. And it's sent back by Nowitzki. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Aminu. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Smith dishes to Matthews. Nowitzki a screen. Matthews passes to Nowitzki. Shot from 12. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Matthews has got his second basket of the night.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Screen by Nurkic, and Lillard kicks to Aminu. Dishes it to Harkless. To the inside. Lets it go from 11. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Smith kicks to Jordan. Nurkic with the block. Nobody near Lillard. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Smith outside. Back to Barnes. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
Can't allow Barnes that kind of good position in the post, because once he has it, it's dinner time.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Smith. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Aminu misses. Mavericks leading by 7. I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
Barnes kicks to Smith. Nurkic with the block.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Here's Stauskas. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Nurkic kicks to Stauskas. Lillard from outside. Good on the three-point shot.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Now here's Matthews. He had 13 points in the win against Houston.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix. Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Smith kicks to Jordan. There's the pick. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 6. And it's Nowitzki missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's Stauskas. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Lillard. Basket made. That's his third of the game. He's 3 for 9 now.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
It's Matthews on the wing. Nowitzki a screen. And here's Barnes for 3. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Dallas.
And you can see how big a role the three-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
Here's Stauskas. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Passes it to Aminu to the wing right side. Here's Lillard. 6 to shoot. Here's Stauskas, and it's all evened up.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants, and then gets his shot off in time.
And so here's Portland coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one, and probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
And to lose it like they did, too. Wow, right at the end, man, makes it even tougher to take.
For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Smith dishes to Barnes. Jordan the pass to Nowitzki. Over Aminu. Barnes kicks to Nowitzki. Outside Matthews. Nowitzki dishes to Matthews. Shot to stop the drought. That one a little long.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And here's Stauskas from the arc. Mavericks shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting only 28% here in the first. A shoddy game offensively for them so far. Harkless on the wing. Jordan against Nurkic. Feeds it to Lillard. Screen by Nurkic. That's short off the rim.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season passing 30,000 points for his career. As Clarkie enters his 40s, how much longer do you think he can keep it up?
Well, I don't know. He probably want to play until he's 50. And if he was able to, the Mavericks will certainly have a spot for him. But I think, you know, 40, 41, that's a pretty high bar for NBA players. But if anybody could do it, Dirk might hang around that long.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And so here's Portland, trailing by 2. They set the screen. Layman pass to Swanigan. 6 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Curry outside. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Here's Harris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. And he knocks down the first one.
And Harris does a really good job using his quickness to his advantage, and he's got plenty of that quickness. A creative guard who plays with an edge, too.
That one is no good. And for the Blazers, Greg, you could make the case they possess the second best backcourt in the NBA after the Splash Brothers with Lillard and McCollum.
Yeah, certainly offensively. I mean, they're just about unguardable. The questions begin at the other end. And when you factor in defense, I think you can find some debate there as some other groups tend to do a better job on that side of the ball.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Mavericks.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Barea's got his first 2 points of the night. Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Layman. There's the screen. Back to Curry. The pass to Baldwin. Puts up a 3. Portland keeping it alive. A new 24. Here's Layman. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
And head coach Rick Carlisle approaching a decade with the Dallas Mavericks, and he doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah, and you know that's really remarkable in a profession marked by turnover. He's pretty much anchored in there. The Mavs organization smart enough to recognize they've got one of the best in the business in the NBA, but I would even say one of the best coaches in all of pro sports.
Barea, no good.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
Inside, here's Harris. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. 6 points for Devin Harris.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Baldwin. Here's Collins, and he banks in the layup. Collins has got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Barea. Lets the 3 fly. Good on the three-point shot. Barea's got 5.
And, you know, Barea is a fairly consistent three-point threat. You can't sleep on him out there.
It's a tie game in Dallas. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Collins is out there with Swanigan. Then there's Seth Curry, and it's Layman in at the three. And he makes the first. And Clark, you look around the NBA, which big men impress you with their ability to put up points from the high post?
Well, I think Blake Griffin, as he's established his jump shot and become more proficient in making that 15 to 17 footer. Karl Anthony Towns, one of the outstanding young players in the league, extremely versatile, can shoot it out to the three-point line, can post it, can make the mid-range shot. Aldridge is still one of the best mid-post players, but took a lot of criticism for his inability to dominate in the low post.
Right, you're right, Clay. Here's Baldwin. The dish to Collins. Curry against Barea. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Barea. Up the floor. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And now with this break, here are the premier glass cleaners among rookies over the course of the past month. And you look at Collins, a terrific rebounder, 5th overall.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
Well, I tell you what, he just creates so many second chance opportunities for his team when he's on the floor. I mean, last month was a huge one for him. Be interesting to see if he can keep it going.
And he makes the first. And J.J. Barea grew up a big fan of Allen Iverson. He's not the answer, Clark, but Barea certainly in that mold as a player 6 feet and under with a quickness who can break down the defense.
And he plays with an aggressiveness and an edge that's similar to what Iverson brought. Iverson was the #1 overall pick. Barea, Kevin, undrafted. Certainly he's exceeded expectations. He's got a great change of pace in his play, and he was really instrumental in Dallas's 2011 title run.
Here's Baldwin. Curry on the wing. Guarded by Barea. The shot by Curry, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in him. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. The Mavericks have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, you know, one thing you can be certain of with the Mavs, guys, is they're going to make the most of what they have. I think Rick Carlisle, who actually spent some time as the head coach of the Pistons and the Pacers, is one of the very best in pro sports. He's a master at putting his players in the optimal position for their success.
So he gets them both. You talk about the Mavs keeping some tricks up their sleeves. Their mastery of the zone defense crucial to their 2011 title.
Yeah, you know, zone defense, Kevin, much less common than man-to-man. Teams don't see it much over the course of a season. Part of the reason that if teams play it effectively, it can be a good tool. They knew if they got good at it, they could stymie unprepared opponents, and that's what they did. Just the way they did against LeBron in Miami in those finals back in 2011.
Here's Baldwin. Curry kicks to Layman. Clock at 6. Curry against Barea. Portland again missing.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Came hard off that pick and finished strong.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Now here's Curry. He's got 6, knocks down the 3 ball.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
They set the pick. Harris passes to Finney-Smith. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Trailblazers trail by 5. Curry with a wide open look. Here's Collins. It's deflected. Left side, Harris. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Clark, you were a strong free throw shooter when you played. Why do some big men have such a hard time being at least serviceable at the free throw line?
Well, I'm not as big as some of the biggest guys that have the most trouble. Typically, you see guys north of 6'8", 6'9", struggling tremendously from the line in general. And because of that, I think sometimes it's the mechanics of shooting the ball, and big hands can sometimes be a hindrance to that. Oftentimes, it's a matter of how much do you work at it, and how soon do you start working at it. A lot of times, big guys tend to focus on their post moves and scoring the ball close to the bucket and not as much as shooting. But you're seeing more and more big guys with sweet strokes, and I think it's a matter of, again, basic fundamentals, mechanics, and then putting in hours and hours and hours of work on it.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Measury, and it's Harrison Barnes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And so he makes both from the line.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Aminu, no one around him. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Mavericks leading by 7. Harris with it. Lillard picks him up. Right side, Jordan. On the wing, Barnes. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Harkless has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Lillard missing. The Mavericks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Curry against Barea. Now the feed to Barnes. Another shot. It's deflected. Now here's Harkless. He's coming off a 16-point game against Minnesota. Shot by Collins, no good. Mavericks shooting 40% from the field. Here's Barnes. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 4 assists now tonight.
Excellent concentration from Barnes. I mean, when he's penetrating inside, he's determined to beat everybody to the cup.
Now, here's Lillard. 26 points for him last game against Minnesota.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
Here's Barea following the score by Damian Lillard. Barea dishes to Barnes. Jordan the screen. He's covered by Aminu. And here's Barea outside. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lillard from outside buries it from three-point range. And now just a 4-point Maverick lead. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Barea against Curry. Here's Barnes. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from Barnes. And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Nick Stauskas comes in for Curry.
You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
And Lillard kicks to Stauskas. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Now, here is Smith. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Houston. And the dunk by Barnes.
Well, you got to step in front of Barnes on that drive, Kevin. I mean, when you don't, he's focused on bashing the rim in.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Stauskas. He has 5. They set the pick. Lillard against Smith. Now here's Lillard. Tight defense on him. No good that time. Smith with the defensive effort. Here's Matthews. And no good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game, as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Now here's Nowitzki after the miss from Damian Lillard over Aminu. Barnes kicks to Jordan. That one drops for him. Jordan's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Jordan the screen. Matthews with it. Guarded now by Harkless. Barnes outside. Wants to get it to Matthews and does. Lays it up off the glass. Matthews has got 6.
Hey, give Matthews credit, Kevin. I mean, he has an ability to get his shot up over the defense quickly.
And Lillard kicks to Stauskas. Screen by Nurkic. Pass to Lillard. 3-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Stauskas. He's covered by Matthews. Lillard against Smith. Again, the miss by Lillard.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The offensive rebound. Here's Jordan. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Jordan's got the lead up to 9 now for Dallas.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
Now, here's Lillard. 15 points in the game. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And for Mo Harkless, Greg, a one and done as we know out of St. John's, then first played in the NBA with Orlando, but he has found a role, it seems, with the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and think of it, the Magic basically gave him away. Felt he wasn't aggressive enough and not a good enough shooter. He's gained confidence here in Portland and parlayed that into a long-term contract.
He misses the free throw. And we just had one of the closer MVP races in recent memory. Clark, do you define the MVP as a player with the most impressive stats, or the best player on the best team, or somewhere in between?
Kevin, to me, the MVP is an individual award. Clearly, we play a team game in the NBA, and a team's performance is part of that, but it's a small part of it to me. An MVP performance is one that not only has consistent, high-level statistical production, influences winning at a good rate, but also stands out in the magnitude of the moments this player has over the course of the season. Those two things drive the needle for me as an MVP voter if I had such a vote.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Clark, I'm certain for coaches and for players too, but certainly for the coach, because he's got to moderate this, how he tries to keep his players focused every night in every game in the NBA. It's such a long season.
Yeah, it really is a long season, and you have to sprinkle and not spray if you're a coach. By that, I mean you can't use all of your material too early in terms of motivating. But the other thing is, you need not be motivating your players all the time if you're a coach. That's something that pro players should be doing themselves.
Here's Stauskas after Wesley Matthews' score, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Swanigan's checked in. Now here's Barnes. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. He dishes it to Matthews. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's Aminu. Good D by Barnes.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Puts up a three. Aminu grabs the miss.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now here's Jordan. 6 points for him. Jordan the screen. Here's Barnes, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And over time, because Barnes has become more efficient as a shooter, he's also become better with the shot fake, more effective with it. Once he has you in the air, the rest is elementary.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
That's good from Barnes.
You know, Harrison Barnes, guys, actually asked to become more of an isolation go-to scorer in Dallas. And you remember at Golden State, he kind of struggled in that role, but he's shown so much more confidence and comfort in creating his own shot this time around. I think he's embraced that role well.
Barnes hits them both. And the knock on Harrison Barnes was that he lacked the ball handling and fluidity to create off the bounce.
And, you know, Barnes, to his credit, didn't deny it. I mean, instead, he went to work. He's focused on staying low and studied guys like Paul Pierce, learning how to get to his spots.
Here's Stauskas. That shot is off. And it's Dallas the other way. Smith inside. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Here's Baldwin, and too long on the shot.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now, here is Smith. 9-point game. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Here's Smith. 36 seconds left in the second quarter. Up off the screen, and the dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, very efficient. Can't get much better than that, Kevin. A guy who takes high percentage shots with his stroke. Love his game.
Screen by Nurkic. Here's Lehman. He kicks to Stauskas. No good on the 3. Smith with it. They set the pick. Again, the miss by Smith. Baldwin. Harrison Barnes getting it done for the Dallas Mavericks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a strong first half for you guys defensively. What has worked at that end?
We're trying to be active. You know, this is a very good team. They've been shooting the ball really well from 3, so we're just trying to run them off the line.
So far, so good. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first half in the books. This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ken Smith. Welcome back.
Ken,
as we break down the action. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to that lead.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Portland.
well, they're trailing in this game because they're shooting under 35%. Now, I've got to give a lot of credit to the defense, forcing the shooters off their spots and making them feel uncomfortable. But if someone takes something away from you, you have to be able to adapt. So they need a whole new game plan because right now they're in trouble.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Mavericks leading by 11. Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. Barnes at the 3 with Dirk at the 4. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Nowitzki's shot's good.
Love how confident Nowitzki is from beyond the arc. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot to go with that 7-foot frame. Almost impossible to block it, and it goes in more times than not.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes, and he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Screen by Nurkic. Aminu. Off target from three-point range.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Smith against Lillard. Over Smith. No good off the front iron.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
He feeds it to Jordan. Screen by Smith. Jordan kicks to Smith. Shot clock at 5. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Smith. 6 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers trail by 19. This is Stauskas. And Aminu kicks to Stauskas. Passes it to Lillard. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Lillard's got 17.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Matthews passes to Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
Well, you know, you got to give them credit. I mean, they flipped the switch, and they're not looking back now.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And Wes Matthews, known as a two-way player. Clark, which aspect stands out to you the most? His offense or his defensive game?
Well, I think it's his offensive game from the standpoint of making the three-point shot. He's become a laser out there, and defensively very competitive, takes the challenge. He's rugged and tough and plays with the edge of a guy who wasn't drafted. Offensively, he can post you up a little bit, too.
Harris is checked in for Dallas. Barea comes in for Smith. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Collins comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Seth Curry in for Nick Stauskas. And Lillard kicks to Harkless. There's the pick. Outside for Curry. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Dallas with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Barea with it. Lillard picks him up. Jordan with a screen on Lillard. Barea dishes to Harris. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. And that's now 11 points for Devin Harris.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
Collins a screen on Barea. Here's Lillard. Jordan with some nice D. Dallas leading by 22. And here's Barea. He has 7 to the inside. Looks for Nowitzki, gets it to him. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Nowitzki's got 8 points in the quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Now here's Barnes. They lead by 24, their biggest margin.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
And a much-needed run, too, Greg. I mean, they've turned it up a notch, really taking over now.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Trailblazers.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
The first one falls. And Harris drops them both. Trailblazers shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Collins, a screen on Barnes. Here's Harkless, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
Barea, no good. And here's Portland. Kicks it to Curry. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And looking now at the numbers for Lillard, some nice work from him over the last 10 games. Putting up about 22 points per, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
And that one misses.
He played his college basketball at Duke. Seth Curry has really emerged as a solid NBA player, even though he was undrafted. A combo guard, he makes shots, and he makes plays.
Good on the second free throw. And Seth Curry, much more of a shooter than he is a passer.
We'll see if he can make the transition to point guard that his brother did. I mean, in the meantime, his 6'2" height leaves him something of a disadvantage against bigger shooting guards. But I tell you what, this young man is impressed with his ability to be a solid NBA guard.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
Now here's Nowitzki after the miss from Damian Lillard, and the shot is good from Nowitzki.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
There's a screen. Lillard against Harris. Looking to get back on track here, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight, Greg, to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
And he makes the first.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Swanigan, he's checked in for Aminu. And Lehman subbed in for Harkless. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. Dallas has gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. Barea kicks to Finney-Smith. The pass to Mejri, feeds it to Harris. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Portland grabs the miss.
Kevin, I like the defense there. I mean, they didn't make that easy, and he definitely seemed intimidated by the defenders.
Lillard with it. Devin Harris covering. Here's Collins, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And how about a look now at the first-year block leaders in the NBA? Here are the top rookie intimidators. And you look at Collins, a fierce inside defender, tops in the NBA in blocks.
Well, he has clearly established himself as the premier rim protector in this year's rookie class.
And it's so valuable to have a guy back there who can erase mistakes. Really important. On the ball, off the ball, doesn't matter. You put up a shot in his house, and he'll swat it out the door.
And that one falls for Collins.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Baldwin, he's checked in for Lillard. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
That one falls. Measury's got his first basket.
And Barea plays with a lot of confidence in the pick and roll. Very crafty and shifty, slashing and slicing the defense to pieces with his ball handling and passing.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. The Mavericks making the shot. Baldwin the pass to Curry. Inside, here's Collins. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Collins has got 4 points this quarter. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Here's Finney-Smith. There's a screen. Swanigan pulls it in.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Collins has got 10 points in the game.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
And that one, good.
Kevin, I've got a lot of respect for the offensive game of J.J. Barea. I mean, this guy picks his spots well and plays within himself. He knows his limitations.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Curry. 6th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And back to his efficiency from three, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Here's Layman. They set the screen. It's stolen by Barea. And now Barea running the floor all by himself. Count that one. Barea's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
The Trailblazers shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Layman kicks to Curry. Pass to Baldwin. Here's Swanigan, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Harris outside. Pass to Measury. Out left to the wing. His three-pointers off the mark.
And, you know, Kevin, that's what they want. An uncontested look from the perimeter. Sadly, they came up short on that possession.
Dallas has gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Now Harris. He's got 13. And that one is hammered home.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Baldwin kicks to Layman. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. There's a good screen. Here's Curry. Here's Swanigan. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Harris outside. Passes it to Measury. Here's Finney-Smith. Down low. Poked loose. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Misses from close range.
Excellent concentration from the deep. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
But they'll get another chance.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Now, here's Measury. He averages about 5 points a game. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good. And the Mavericks with some changes. Matthews comes in for Devin Harris. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Nick Stauskas comes in for Curry. And so he makes both from the line.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Here's Stauskas. He's got 10. The pass to Swanigan. "18 feet out, kept alive." Here's Baldwin, covered by Smith. Swanigan the pass to Stauskas. Screen by Nurkic. The second chance effort. Off the mark. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Dallas running away with it. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. On the court for the Trailblazers, Foyle is out there with Stauskas. Then there's Myers-Leonard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Layman in at the 3 slot. Here's Finney-Smith. Pass to Motley. The dish to Powell. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And, you know, Powell continues to want to expand his range to get better shooting from deep. When he's connecting from outside, I think it helps his team in a big way.
Now, here is Foy. They set the screen. Stauskas kicks to Nurkic. Off target from the baseline. Mavericks shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking to the middle. Here's Powell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, you know, the Mavericks are looking to refresh the roster with some younger players, kind of interject some youth into that roster. And Dwight Powell, an athletic big man, is making a case as being a key part of that youth movement.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Powell. And Powell is toyed with a three-point shot, Clark, but has yet to convert at a high rate from out there.
And you know what, Kevin, at this point, if he's finishing around the rim, I think that's most effective. 6'11" with pretty good leaping ability. I mean, he can punch it on you with ease.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the NBA has tinkered with the all-star voting in recent years. Fans no longer get 100% of the say for the starters. Clark, how do you feel about that change?
I like it. I mean, again, the fans desire to be involved and should have an opportunity to be engaged in the voting because they're so important to the success and popularity of the league. So I like the fans having a piece of the voting. 100% is far too much, so I think the fact that you've got it weighted between fans and those who follow the league closely, along with coaches, is about the right blend to me.
And so here is Dallas following the missed shot by Nurkic. And oh, here we go. Foy's got it. The fast break chance. Uncovered. Stauskas with the bucket. Stauskas has got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Smith kicks to Finney Smith. Pass to Harrison. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've gotten.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First one falls for him. And Clark, the topic of the need for league parity is something that's come up the last few years. Is that necessary for a healthy NBA?
I don't think so, Kevin. I mean, you can have it both ways. You can have tremendous popularity and success when you have a dominant team or 2 or 3. And you can also have it when there's great competitive balance. Currently, we have a circumstance and situation where the league is top-heavy in terms of championship contenders. But that won't last forever. And there will be a graduating back to a more competitive balance in time. So I think you enjoy the ride for what it is in the season and seasons that you have, whichever side of that coin you have.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Powell with the screen. They set the pick. Passes to Motley. On the wing, Barnes. Oh, and the dunk by Barnes.
And, you know, Barnes is never afraid to go for the rim rocking jam now. A spectacular athlete who doesn't mind showing his stuff.
Hey, watch Randy.
Out to the right wing. Leonard dishes to Foy. It's Nurkic, top of the key. The feed to Foy. Second chance shot. Nurkic, the pass to Foy. He dishes it to Leonard. Shoots over Powell, and it's Leonard missing. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And the pass to Motley. He kicks it to Powell. On the wing, Barnes. It's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Harkless. Leonard kicks to Foy. And yes, it's good.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Smith dishes to Barnes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And referee play review is something that is still relatively new in the NBA. Clark, do you think it should be expanded?
I think we should continue to modify and refine it and be careful to not look to overdo it. But we also want to make sure we're using it productively and prudently. So modify it, refine it, evaluate it each year, and try to make really good use of it in the areas where it can be most effective in enhancing the calls that are made in the game.
That's good from Barnes.
And, you know, Harrison Barnes is an effective two-way player, becoming better every day on offense and can defend multiple positions as well.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Portland with the ball. Now, here is Foy. He feeds it to Aminu. Dishes to Foy. Shot clock at 6. There's the pick. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And Foy able to score from any place on the floor. The defense has got to mark him at all times.
Powell with the screen. Smith outside. Dallas no good that time either.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Shooting one.
Clark, when we talk about the importance of what a player can do, how important is it for a player to know what they cannot do?
Very important. Understanding who you are and what your skill set is and how that fits with your team, critically important. Not only knowing it, but then embracing your role within your particular limitations, skill set, and teamwork.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Now here is Smith. Pass to Motley. Back to Smith for 3. Drills it from outside.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Pass to Harrison. Back to Smith. To the middle. Powell. And it's Portland with the rebound. Leonard's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Foy. Kicks it to Lillard. Feeds to Aminu. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard sets a screen for Aminu. Nice job coming off that screen. And it's now 22 points for Damian Lillard.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Smith kicks to Barnes. Back to Smith. Shoots over Lillard. Smith with the basket on the assist by Barnes. Barnes has got 3 assists tonight.
Kevin, I love the mid-range game of Smith. We don't see that a lot from a bunch of players nowadays, but he's constantly looking to let it fly from here.
Now, here's Lillard. Over in the corner, Foy. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Clark, the current era is so connected to fans through social media. Just how much has that changed the NBA, do you think?
Well, I don't think it's just changed the NBA. It's changed our society and culture at large, and it's here to stay. I just like to see people productively and fruitfully use social media, and I would like to see less of the vitriol and hatred that is afforded for people to hide behind with their negative comments.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Baldwin's checked in. And Aminu kicks to Harkless. That's a 2 from Lillard. No good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Smith up top, covered by Lillard.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Swanigan, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Harrison passes to Smith. Drills it from outside.
really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Now, here's Lillard. Over Smith. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 25 points.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And I think they're winning because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
Here's Baldwin. And the NBA has a concerted effort to lower the amount of back-to-back games for the players. Clark, should they stretch out the season even further?
No, the ideal solution, Kevin, would be to reduce the number of games, to cut a month off the season. That would be the way to get to where we need to get to. The season should be 66 to 70 games. It should be spaced out over a 6-month period. And if you cut 12 to 16 games, then you would be able to actually get fewer number of back-to-backs. Stretching the season out longer, to me, is not the answer. Reducing the number of games would be the best way to get to the solution. But that toothpaste is out of the tube, and I don't know if we can ever get it back in.
2 shots.
Agreed. First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Dallas has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the 4th. There's a good screen. Harrison kicks to Barnes. Shoots from 8. Aminu grabs the miss. Portland's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And Lillard kicks to Baldwin. Back to Lillard. 2 points. That one goes. Lillard's got 27.
And, you know, Damian Lillard has such a quick release. Excellent at getting his shot up and over the defense inside.
Smith with it. And league expansion is something that simply won't leave the conversation in the NBA right now. Clark, do you think that the NBA adding another team or 2 is inevitable?
I don't think it's inevitable. As a matter of fact, I think we're at a good number where we are, Kevin. It's still the best league in the world, and I think you could dilute that a bit if you added teams. So I'm fine with where we are.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Damian Lillard.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Barea comes in for Smith. Barea against Lillard. Passes it to Harrison. The dish to Barea. Shot clock at 5. The pass to Mejri. To the wing on the left. No good with the triple.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And Aminu kicks to Leonard. Back to Aminu. Lillard against Barea. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Well, we know just how athletic the NBA has become since its inception. Clark, even from when you play, just how much faster and stronger has the game become?
I would say if we were going to try to put a percentage on it, I think it's grown 60, 70% in terms of athleticism. And a lot of it is attributable to the training advances that have been made in sports science and sports medicine and sports performance. And that's benefited and aided the players greatly. And then you have players that have really bought into nutrition and year-round maintenance of their bodies and taking advantage of this technology to enhance performance. And then it becomes a herd mentality. More and more of the guys are doing it, and more of them are benefiting from this enhanced training. So I'd say it's at least 70% better than 30 years ago.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Harrison Barnes.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And maybe him having a game like this will get things turned around for him, because almost nothing has been going their way lately. Barea against Curry. There's a good screen. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
Harris against Lillard. Harris kicks to Barea. There's a minute 34 left in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Looking to end the drought. Dallas with a fresh shot clock. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Mavericks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And after dropping game one in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And partner, it sets up what should be a fantastic finale to the season series. Major bragging rights on the line that night.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions in the nice night it ended up being for Harrison Barnes.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Well, I tell you what, they've got to be fuming. I mean, they were way too late in contesting that layup.
Barea kicks to Finney-Smith. Pass to Mejri. Now the feed to Barea, and Seth Curry is going to pick up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The first one falls.
J.J. Barea has speed to burn. I mean, he's shifty, he's quick, and because of that, he's extremely valuable as a decision maker and scorer. Great competitor.
And both free throws good for Barea. Here's Curry. Pass to Layman. He dishes it to Leonard. There's the screen. Curry kicks to Foy. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Well, hopefully they can ride this momentum into the next game, because this one is done. Over. Fine.
Here's Finney-Smith. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Barea has it in the corner. Mejri, the pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Harrison. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, you were active at both ends today. How did you get yourself going?
I think it was just us trying to come out and win a game at home. We know how important these are. Every game that we play is important, so we just got to keep it going.
And you protected the home court well, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.